uncensored.
High-dosage administration can cause adverse reactions.
And most importantly, independent in mind and execution.
This is a normal response. Are you ready?
Marawa Sports Worldwide.
This weekend there is only one winner. It's Orlando Pirates. No one has won anything yet. No one.
The champions are here. Orlando Pirates celebrating yet another trophy, defending the Nedbank Cup so successfully. Kaulo Kona, Libito's here.
And I'm neutral. I'm happy for Pirates. Pirates has fixed South Africa.
Pirates says what? Katleza, there was talk in January that you were going to be leaving the club. It didn't happen. You carried on.
No, I'm carrying on with the team.
Signed? Sealed?
No, another season.
But you don't look happy.
Me, I'm happy. Yeah, Pirates.
No, man, I'm saying about signing.
No, I'm happy. I'm happy. Extremely happy. I'm happy.
I want to say the Gauteng gods anointed Orlando Pirates.
Run around the whole of Devon, but it's still playing. There's more to the story. I think one day when you've retired, Bob, I will bring you back.
Robert Marawa, live on 947. Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live. #MSW.
In the yellow part of Marawa Sports Worldwide, we can break it to you, is that Kurishi Mpahlela, Baroka FC chairman, has told MSW that they have suspended their coach, Dan Balisela. No further information was shared. I did try and push. We'll try and share a little bit of that interview later on in the show. But yeah, he does say that they have suspended him with immediate effect. Remember, Baroka played over the weekend against Amatax. They lost that game towards the end of that match. But it's got nothing to do with the results. It seems like there is some form of allegation that they're dealing with, and an investigation will be put into place. He says there is a team that has been tasked to handle that investigation. And then I had Dan Malisela for just about 3 minutes on the show to confirm whether he has received that letter. And he tells us that, yes, he has received that letter. And he says he has been suspended with pay because his contract comes to an end at the end of June. Morgan Mamila will stand in as the interim coach. Remember him? Yeah? He was let go at Chipper United just the other day, so he's going to be in charge of Baroka. But the important thing that Dan Malisela said to me was that he was used. When I asked him why, he said he was used. Figure it out. Figure it out. Talking about figuring out, I think this man has figured out how to win trophies. They are pouring into the studio as we speak. I see an MTN8 trophy. I see a Nedbank Cup trophy. These are very heavy trophies. You need to know your business. You need to know what you're doing when you're handling them. We are live on the YouTube channel, so if you switch on immediately, you'll see these trophies here. They're accompanied by the man who's been in charge and making sure that he engineers success for Orlando Pirates. Who am I talking about? Now, if there's one thing that all of us can surely learn from this gaffer, is that ignore the noise, focus on the job, and make your critics eat humble pie. It's as simple as that. And he's just done that. If you remember, if you go back, I mean, these are things that he wouldn't want to hear, so I'm sure he's going to close his ears, like Judge Zondo did the other day in the announcement of the elections, and the president asked him to close his ears. But if you go back to the time he arrived in the country, lots of people, plenty of people, were doubting him. I mean, they even went on to call him crazy names, plumber. Well, he's done one hell of a plumbing job, man. He's fixed the country. That's how good a plumbing job he's done. An extremely competitive campaign this past season. Competitive for Orlando Pirates, competitive for their fans. I mean, a successful one by anybody's standards. And while some will be drinking a cup of coffee in this very cold winter that's now crept in, I can reassure you, he's not just drinking from one cup, he's drinking from 2 cups. And they're right here in studio. Coach Jose Riveiro, Orlando Pirates coach, joins me in studio. Good to see you. Welcome.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me here again.
Do you ever lose your head, lose your mind, get so excited that you don't even know where you are?
I guess, yes, I do. Sometimes, not so frequent.
Yeah.
I try to not be losing my focus, especially when I'm trying to do my job. I'm trying, like I explained many times, trying to help my players. It's for me necessary to be calm, try to analyze as much information as I can, and in order to make it possible, I try to always to not be seen when I'm in the touchline.
So Mofokeng scores the winning goal. Everybody goes crazy. Camera cuts to you. You're like the conductor. You know, if you know Quincy Jones, I know you love your music, and you're basically calming everybody down in that manner. But deep down inside, what is happening to you?
It was a difficult moment to swallow, to analyze. Actually, that usually what I used to think after scoring one goal instead of celebrating, which is maybe it's not a good thing, but
Yeah.
I used to analyze what's going to happen after, and if there's anything I need to do, or if there's any decision I need to take immediately. And this time I didn't even realize that the game was over, actually. You know, in that moment, I didn't even think that it's 93.3.
Yes.
So there's not much to do in this game. Just remind the referee that it's over and start with the celebration. So I try to remind my players that there's going to be one more ball to play, probably a long ball. Just be in your positions. This is over, guys.
When did you start becoming so good in the kitchen?
Well, in the end, we have really good ingredients in the kitchen. Let's put it in this way. We have a fantastic kitchen, and we have the best ingredients that we can have in our context. So it's not that difficult to finalize a good product like I think that we are right now. That's what I try to say with that expression, that we working, we know what we are doing. Sometimes it takes time. Sometimes there are, some accidents on the road. But we try to be consistent in what we think, and not moving, to the sides every time there's an obstacle. We try to be firm, to do the things that we believe that in the end are going to drive us to the place that we want to go.
But you need a good chef, though. If you don't have a good chef, you wouldn't be doing this.
What we are, how you used to say here, cooking.
You're cooking, coach.
We are cooking.
I think more than anything else, the journalists were shocked at your ability to move into a mood where they're used to you being a very serious individual, and then you utilize a term that a lot of us use to say, hey, so-and-so's cooking. And then you use that in the press conference. It kind of broke the ice as well. Cherry on top. Excuse the pun. But at the end of the season, you've cooked both a starter, main course, and dessert. Something that I don't think a lot of Pirates fans would have expected.
Yes, it's true. The second half of the season was, I think, particularly good, with some problems as normal. But I think I said already, having a clear evolution in our football, getting close to the team that we want to be in the near future, but still at the same time having the capacity to compete for trophies, to compete for objectives like qualifying again for the Champions League, which is an important thing. Far from the main objective, we don't hide it, but again, going forward in our process to become the football team that we want to be, but showing that at the same time you can build and compete for trophies and actually win trophies as well.
When you mentioned in your press conference the word evolution, and you've mentioned it again now, I was quite fascinated. I went back to your starting lineup from the MTN 8. So there's a trophy here. You played against the very same opposition, right? So that is, 6 months ago?
Yes.
So 6 months down the line, the team that started against the Sundowns in the MTN 8 is a completely different team. Only 4 players started in the MTN 8 that started again over the weekend at Mbombela Stadium. Your goalkeeper chain, Hotto, Maswanganyi, and Saleng. Those were the 4 players. Everybody else is completely new starting lineup for Orlando Pirates. Now, for a team that has that level of depth, is saying what? I mean, put me into that mind about the evolution. And then here's a stark comparison now of 2 major trophies that are here, 2 different lineups in a space of 6 months.
Different factors. This is not only one reason, obviously. There's many. The second half of the season allowed us to introduce new players in our plans. There was a good market in January for us as well with the new recruitments. The continuous evolution of Rele as well, getting more and more importance in the team. So that introduction of new profiles, young players, I always like to highlight the fact that we finalized this game with Monjane during the game, with Cesane, with Rele, with Maela, players from our own development, which I think is very, very important if you want to go forward and be competitive with your own identity as well. I think the players coming from the development gives different dimension to each and every team, and as we are not an exception, when you have the opportunity to use players that they know what it means to be at Pirates before, they know what it means to be a ball boy in Orlando, maybe during 1 or 2 years before they make it to be in the first team. I think they will give you something that other players cannot give you. And it's not about talent, it's about something else. So that for me will give us an extra boost in the future. It's an extra boost also for the other academy players that are already showing that they are capable to make it, and they are close, or they are not even close, but is a good motivation for them. So overall, all of these new things that, not new, but different things that we have the opportunity to do in the second half of the season, I think are an important part of the word that I use, that evolution within the team. The role and the contribution of other players early in the season, maybe players with more experience, with a different background in the league, was also very, very important to show us and to show these young players and these new players the way that you must play for Orlando Pirates, the way that you must play in a final or in a semi-final. So all in all together gave us the dimension that we needed in the second half of the season, and that we will need more in the upcoming season.
Not only second half of the season, second half of that game as well, because that is where your collective genius from the bench came in. I mean, I spoke to the players here yesterday, and they told me, they said that they get told during their pre-match meal who's going to be starting the game. You don't tell them any time before that. And obviously a lot of them looked at each other, be like, why is he leaving the top guns on the bench? And it is your top guns, including your Golden Boot winner. And they just said, you know what, if there's one thing about coach that they've learned is trust. To say that they're not going to sit on the bench and sulk. but they will absorb the game from the bench. They will learn what is happening from the bench so that by the time they're called up to go onto the field, they know exactly what to do. Obviously, it's an intentional thing that you did. And as you also said at the press conference, for the benefit of those that didn't hear or follow the press conference, is that it would have been a completely different story had you lost the game. I mean, what's your feeling now? Here we are. It's a Tuesday. There's the pride in front of you of these two trophies, especially from the weekend as well. Having taken what they would call a footballing gamble. I don't know if you would call it that. Is it that?
No, really. Yeah. I think it's a decision that comes from a deep analysis of what we feel and think. Not feel. I cannot say analyze and then say feel maybe. But sorry about my French.
That's beautiful. Don't worry, Coach.
I think it's the final product of many hours. Not only myself. It's the whole team, technical staff, trying to play the game before we play the game. Let's put it in this way and understand the context of the game, end of the season, final game, the level of the opponent we have to face, the moment of our players as well. The venue, the previous games we play against Mamelodi Sundowns, because during these 2 years we have the opportunity to face them many times.
Yes.
In MTN 8, in the league as well, in the Carling Cup the first season. And that's why we understood that this is the best Star 11 that we can play to execute the game plan that we feel and we believe that is going to make us win this tournament. And that's what we did. And my responsibility as the final one who has to make the final decisions is to accept that maybe it's not working. And, I have to accept that if it's not working, it's not going to be a good night. It's not going to be a
good trip back home.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But, that's my responsibility. I have to accept it. Sometimes it works well because the players understand and they execute the things in the best of their capacity. And this time it went well for us.
After the break, I'd be fascinated, Coach, in just finding out from you, because you seem to have that upper hand when it comes to games with Mamelodi Sundowns. So I haven't broken down all the stats, but when you look at it on the face of it, you've mentioned playing them quite often, cup games, league games. You've got 2 trophies where they've been the opposition. You've been able to do that. But I do think that one of your biggest problems is how then do you turn these competitions into the longer format, into the marathon of a league, so that it's not 23-point gap, it's something closer. Was even if you look at, Spanish La Liga, yes, Real Madrid will win. 10-point gap between themselves and as well as Barcelona. 19-point gap between number 4, Atletico Madrid, as well. So that is at number 4, 19 points. I don't know they play far more games, because it's a bigger league, numbers-wise. Is how then do you think you'd be able to close that gap? Will be fascinating to listen to. Jose is cooking.
#MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live at the same time. #MSW.
It's Big Deal Wednesday at Food Lovers Market. Buy 2 lettuce pre-packs for 39 Rand and get 3 avocados absolutely free. That's 2 lettuce pre-packs for 39 Rand and 3 avocados free. And enjoy chicken fillets for 59.99 per kilo. Valid this Wednesday only at all inland Food Lovers Market stores. The best in fresh, guaranteed.
We all carry a unique light, a light that sets us apart, fuels innovation, and sparks new ideas. At Richfield, we celebrate what makes you extraordinary and what ignites curiosity. Light the way towards a brighter future. Study a degree online or on campus at Bryanston, Newtown, Centurion or Pretoria. Apply for 2025 today at richfield.ac.za.
Ready? Steady. With 400 grams of succulent ribs marinated in our great tasting Spur basting. Served with Spur style crispy onion rings and golden chips for just $149.90. You don't need to get ready if you stay ready. And go. Spur. People with a taste for life. T's and C's apply.
Heard of Take a Lot More? Instead of running to the store, get free fast delivery as often as you want. Check it.
Snacks to watch the goat. Give me some more. Batteries for the remote.
Give me some more. Same day delivery.
Give me some more.
Waiting is history.
Give me some more. Footy at 3. Give me some more. Get that smart TV. Give me some more. Heavy shipping for free. Give me some more. No extra fee.
Give me some more. Delivery same day.
Give me some more.
Free all the way. Get unlimited free fast delivery and collect with Take a Lot More. Sign up from only 39 Rand per month at Take a Lot. Today.
Welcome to another episode of Hey Duck, Riddle Me This! Okay, Duck. A train leaves the station and travels north at a speed of 75 kilometers per hour. At precisely 20 kilometers, which is 2/3 into the journey, you spill your coffee on your white shirt. How will you clean it? Mac. Correct! Mac Auto Powder. Anything else is just wrong.
It's finally here. The Mzansi Food and Drink Show is happening from 15 to 17 June at Kyalami Racetrack. It's 5 shows in one. Fire and Feast flavoured by 6 Gun Grill. Fine food and wine. Coffee and chocolate. Bar and good spirits. And the Mzansi Food Market. From competitions, tastings, demo theatres to indulgent gastronomy experiences. Plus, lots for the kids. Get your tickets today at Howler. The first ever Mzansi Food and Drink Show. It's a fusion of taste.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
The champions are here, Orlando Pirates celebrating yet another trophy, defending the Nedbank Cup so successfully. Kaulo Kona, Libito's here.
2 times to Libito, fellas. Thank you for choosing a good progressive team like Orlando Pirates. How is Tina Skamashale? From Mofokeng to the world.
It's somebody from your Kasi, from your hood. How does that make you feel?
I never thought I will play for a big team.
Prayer, Baba. They always say prayer is powerful. Prayer is something you should never ever leave behind.
Hashtag MSW.
Hashtag MSW.
All right, taking your calls, taking your WhatsApp voice notes. The number in studio is 011-883-8947. Otherwise, we're checking out all the comments that are going down on the YouTube channel. And before I take any comments, I'm really interested in figuring it out from your side, Coach. Some people have given up. Some people just play in the DStv Premiership to survive relegation or to be in the top 8, etc. They've given up on competing to say, can they close the gap on Mamelodi Sundowns? I made it a point just before the break in highlighting for you where you seem to have been able to, almost chip away at the ankles of Mamelodi Sundowns. How then do you bring them down? Because right now you are you're the closest, I can say, of all the teams to be able to do that and bring them down. What would it take?
I think to be the best one after 30 games and to have that consistency that you need, understanding that right now in the recent years the team who's dominating the league is setting high standards, in terms of points season after season. It's a question of, in my opinion, that we get more mature as a group, players and technical staff. I'm not only talking about our players. That matureness, that level of matureness to accept the challenge every 3 days and not just sometimes. That's the difference for me between a team who can really think about being the league champion or not. Everything else is there. The talent, the opportunities, the resources, everything is there, is in place. It's about us to, as a group, as a collective, not as an individual, as a group, create that culture, that mentality to accept the challenge every 2-3 days, no matter where, no matter who, no matter the circumstances, we're going to get the result. And we are in that process to make it possible. Trust me, we are. But unfortunately, this season, we were not good enough. Sometimes we were not lucky even enough in the beginning of the season. The distance got too big early in the first 3-4 months of the competition. And from that moment, I don't want to say that we gave up because it's too much, but we realized early this season that it's going to be so difficult, understanding again that the team who is dominating in the recent years is showing that they are not dropping many points.
Yeah. Talk about dropping many points, Coach. The ability, and probably one of the things you'd be happy with, the ability to convert now, scoring goals. When somebody like Mabasa came back from Swallows to do duty, with the Orlando Pirates, it was quite interesting to see how he was then able to score 13 goals in 18 games, totaled 16 at the end of the season. Is that you've had varying players become your top goal scorer for a certain period of time. I don't know whether it's intentional, maybe at times it's injury, worries that come through, or maybe just change of tactic. Would you want, let's say, your 3 main strikers to all score 16 goals? What's ideal for you?
It's complicated. The beginning of the season, we have Sakele on fire. He was the top scorer in the MTN. Then we got a period where we understood that evidence could help us to play in a different way. And we start with the integration of evidence in that position. And the truth is that he gave us a different dimension as well in our attack, even without possession. He was contributing a lot. And after AFCON, there was he dropped a little bit his performance. He got an injury, and we have the opportunity to start playing Chejo, which, like I said before in many other press conferences and interviews, he is not only about the goals, it's about the way that he's helping us to play football when we are in possession. When we are not in possession, he's a very complete player. And yeah, we used to play with one number 9. We used to play with more numbers in the central corridor and with only one player up front, which is crucial to make us, like I said, to help our players in those spaces in the central corridor to be more productive, to have even more time on the ball, and in that scenario, Chejo contribution was excellent. So that's why it's difficult also to think that 2 of them or 3 of them will be fighting at the same time, because they must fight during the week, during the competition that we have inside the group, to make sure that each and everyone is in his toes, and that's the way that we get benefit of the level that we have in our number 9 position. We're talking about 2 players that used to be in the national team that represent us in Bafana, and that right now they were, temporarily, let's say, relegated, from the position. So the competition there is big.
I wonder what you think about Mabasa not making it to Bafana, but let me go to Mapetla in Soweto and say good evening to you, Tsepo.
Evening, Mr. Marawa, and evening to the champ coach there.
Yeah,
Thank
welcome.
you, coach. We made us happy. It's not often Orlando Pirates get to win against Sundowns. The last time I used to have confidence when we used to play Sundowns, it was when Tula Season Buyan was still playing for Orlando Pirates. And coach, thank you for the trophies that you have given us back to back. Coach, I'm only crying for the league, coach, and I'm not happy with the form that we produced in the league, especially against the lower teams. I watched the lower teams. We only managed to get 2 points from those teams, and in the top 5, we only managed to get 3 points from those teams, coach. I think, coach, going forward this season, we need to have consistency in our play, especially in our away games. I think we probably won like 4 games, coach. So all I'm asking, coach, is that we should have consistency, especially in terms of the team, because I've realized if there's a team like Richards Bay, I still don't understand why you managed to do all those changes that you did, and especially while knowing that Richards Bay always give us a tough time. And I knew even in the last game that Stellenbosch were not going to win at that stadium in where Richards Bay plays. So there are teams where, coach, that you will really have to go all out, because of I realized in those games there are games that we really needed Salem, because of Salem could take shots from outside. Nonetheless, coach, I'm happy with everything, and with Talent Mbata, I'm happy that he was a player which was on loan. Then you just used him as a player who's registered for Orlando Pirates and you've given, and I'm happy that the boy grabbed the opportunity with both hands, because of it's not easy putting players on the bench and the national players like Thaba Monare. So thanks, coach, for giving those players a chance.
All right,
we look forward to next season.
Nice one. Thank you so much, Bob. Appreciate it. I'll ask you to listen on the radio. How do you respond to that?
Well, there's many things there.
Many layers.
We touch most of them.
Yeah.
I mean, we know. Trust me that the things that are making our fans to be upset or not fully, happy with our performance are the very same that are concerning are concerns for us at the same time. So we applying ourselves to make possible that in the next season in those situations there's an improvement from our side, collective, and there's no doubts that the improvement will come.
Sergio Almenara, trusted soldier of yours, somebody that I've also had the privilege of interviewing, loved his football brain, loved talking football to him, very educational in many, many ways. I never thought or never saw this coming, that he would, leave the club. And that's what was put out by the club yesterday, that he has left or will be leaving. What's the reason?
Personal reasons. When you decide to continue your career abroad, far from your family, far from your home, I'm talking about my experience as well. You used to look at the future always with optimism. You plan the way that you're going to continue with your personal life, even when you are abroad. And sometimes the things are not going the way you plan. And unfortunately for him, he couldn't put everything together, the professional life and the personal life, in order to have the possibility to continue with us. It's never been his intention to leave the project in the middle. But sometimes life forces you to make some certain decisions. He's not totally happy with the decision that he's being forced to make. But I think it's the right decision for him and for his future, especially in the talking about the personal side. For me, it's not nice. We've been working together for the last 5 years. We know each other. We don't need to talk. We know what we are thinking about. Everything. For me, Sergio is family. He's my friend. He's much more than a colleague. So he will be missed for sure. But life continues for both. He's gonna be all right for sure because, like you said, he's an excellent professional and he's an excellent human being. And for me, it's time to it's an opportunity for me to kind of a renovation, let's say. Like I said many times, I'm always looking for people around myself that can be better than myself, can be better than me in some certain areas, some certain aspects. People that can complete me as a coach. And one of my responsibilities with my players is to try to give them the best in order to help them to be better football players, and the coaching staff is an important part of that. So we knew already that Sergio is going to leave since a long time ago. We have time to prepare ourselves for that moment and make sure that the coaching staff is going to be strong the next season.
I know people say, then who do you replace him with? Is that something that's done already?
It's getting there. It's getting there, but I can't.
But Mandla stays with the team?
Yeah.
So he'll adopt the same role? You'll bring somebody to, in inverted commas, replace Sergio?
Like I said, and even the club announced yesterday when they announced that Sergio is leaving, there's a permanent search of new opportunities, let's say, in the market, also to strengthen the coaching staff, not only in the technical area, in every other department. And this break is not going to be exceptional. We're going to try to strengthen the coaching staff as good as possible. As usual, same like in the squads, there's always people coming and going. This time is time for Sergio. We don't really know if there's going to be any other movement so far. You know, we are in that period where negotiations and conversations are already happening, and but for sure, Pirates, it's on the map in order to make sure that the team is going to be strong the next season, also on the bench and in the offices.
Forgive me for this, Coach. I'm just about to go for a break, but you shared something with me off air, that in talking about Sergio now, I'm also starting to feel that I also need to let the listeners know. I know you didn't give me permission, but I just thought, because I almost fell off and fainted when you told me this. And this is part of the sacrifice you've got to make for this success to then come about. Again, you said to me you haven't been home since June last year.
Mm-hmm.
It's June 2024 now. You mentioned as well that your family was able to come down in December for Christmas. They spent about 20-odd days in the country, and that was it. And you haven't seen them since. But thankfully, you'll be able to enjoy a little bit of a holiday now as you leave for home. But again, I think what I'm trying to reiterate is that from June to June, being away from your family is a lot. And I can imagine the strain that you as a collective, you as an individual, do take. It is your job. It's what you've signed up for. But you're a human being as well. You're a human being with feelings and emotions and so on. So bravo to you, Coach. I think the success speaks for itself.
Thank you.
#MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live at the same time.
#MSW. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a final boarding call for Lotto Star's Aviator to the Land of Fortune. All passengers, please proceed to lottostar.co.za to cash out. You could win payouts of up to 20 million rand. To date, 175 players have become instant millionaires thanks to our lucky plane. Take off with Lotto Star, your world of live games. Lotto Star is licensed by the Mpumalanga Economic Regulator. No under 18. NRGP 0800 006 008. T's and C's apply. All games are fixed odds betting events.
Hubby, our monthly bills and insurance are all up to date. Now we can relax. What could go wrong?
A lot could go wrong, wifey.
I have a wise tip from iWise. Accepting a debit order mandate from our bank, so our insurance premiums are always paid on time for uninterrupted cover.
What about a wise tip for saving money?
If we bundle our car and home insurance, we may qualify for a lower premium.
For a quote, visit iwise.co.za. The Wise Insurance Choice. iWise is underwritten by Old Mutual Insurer Limited, a licensed FSP and non-life insurer.
And we will buy 500 cars, and we will buy 500 more, just to be the one who buys your car. Will come to you and offer more. We buy cars, we buy cars. Da-da-dun-da-da-dun-da-da-dun-da-da-da-da. We buy cars, we buy cars. Da-da-dun-da-da-dun-da-da-dun-da-da-da-da.
We Buy Cars, the easiest way to sell your car by far.
Unlike those complicated phone contracts out there, new MTN Yellow plans are so simple, we don't need this whole ad to explain them. You get data to use whenever you want, and you can use your minutes to call any network. So, for the rest of the ad, let's listen to the sound of bubble wrap being popped. Sign up or upgrade to MTN Yellow plans and switch to Simple. T's and C's apply. MTN.
Zorro Services is your trusted air conditioning provider based in Gauteng. We service and supply the best aircon brands for a comfortable temperature in your home or business. So whether you need routine maintenance, repairs, or complete system installation, Zorro Services is your go-to partner. Get an obligation-free quote today. Visit zorroservices.co.za. Zorro Services. We strive to be your solution on speed dial.
I tried everything. I just couldn't get rid of the weight. Until I found the root cause of my weight problem. Long phone calls with my car insurance company. So I got Naked. With Naked's AI-powered weight loss technology, getting car insurance is faster than ever. I signed up in 90 seconds, all on the app, without waiting for anything. Thanks, Naked. Start your weight loss journey now at naked.insure. Lose weight. Get Naked. Naked Financial Technology is an authorized FSP.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Makafeni, Makaula, midfielder for Orlando Pirates. Congratulations.
Yeah, I think ngithola kakhulu ke namhlanje ke congratulations. Yeah, so I ngivuye kakhulu. Na xa ngena lana ngitholile ukuthi hayi congratulations mfana kithi.
Yes.
Yeah. Ngiyabona nasemabhodini mangeni ukuthi nangu cash lapha.
It's all love, man. Let me bring Tebi Solubito, who's also here with us. You are Nedbank Cup champions.
A top highlight so far of my career. It's a great feeling. I don't want to lie.
#MSW. #MSW.
Good evening, Robert. This is the man. Good evening, coach. Let me commend the coach, Robert, for applying his mind when asked questions. During his interview, he was asked about the strategy he applied for overcoming Sundowns. His response was, if I tell, then how am I going to defeat Sundowns in future? Which shows that the coach really applied his mind. Coach, you played very well. I commend your play. Good show as always, Robert. We need such coach.
Yeah, fully agree, man. Fully agree. If you're not watching the YouTube channel right now, I don't know what you're doing, but guys, we are going through. I shared some of the comments with the coach during the break. He appreciates. Even I'll give him an opportunity as well to thank you. He read some of the comments. The reaction is just it's crazy. It's a beautiful wild, So let me quote from the coach. Keep cooking.
Good evening, Darop and Jose in the studio. Darop, I want to just ask or suggest something to the coach. Coach, can you please this season get Jamie Weber and Azola Chobeni? Don't loan Azola Chobeni this season, coach. Keep that boy for this season and maybe get Mokwane from Sikukune. Then we'll be sorted this season. Because I want Bata to have a partner in that midfielder, and that partner is Jamie Weber. Can you please, coach? And then don't loan Azola Chobeni, please, coach, this season.
You're getting the instructions, eh? They did say it's the people's team when you joined Orlando Pirates. So the people are telling you what you need to do. How do you respond to that caller?
Well, he has a good eye for the players, and And yeah, the league is full of talent. Everybody can have different opinions. I think we have a good squad. They prove this season that we can trust them. That they have this capacity, the most of them, to play for Pirates. And I'm always listening because what the people bring me when they see me, whatever, in the supermarket, in the shop, in the garage, doesn't matter where. It's always an opportunity to learn something about the South African football and the way the people feels and thinks about my own decisions as well. So that's culture also. So for me, I don't take it like something light or funny. I try to understand as much as I can.
You understand, though. Solly, I see you in Krugersdorp. I'm going to come to you in a second. I think you've just touched on an important thing. I don't know how many times or maybe people will ask you, Coach, and say, do you actually understand how many people have died, how many people have sacrificed, how many people have this and this and this for the club, Orlando Pirates? Born in 1937, 87 years old this year. Steeped in so much history. They also had a slump. They also had a period where success was not happening. And then, obviously, the days of Rudy Kroll, I'm sure you've heard and seen, talk about, back-to-back trebles and so on. Now, you've brought the success of the double-double. What about the history of Orlando Pirates, would you say, Coach, keeps you as motivated as you are to even achieve more than you've achieved so far?
Absolutely. It's we're talking about a giant first team in the country to get the star, to win the Champions League. That tells everything, about the difficulty of that task, what it means, and especially at that times, I'm fully aware of the importance of this team beyond football for the country, how important for the people to inspire them, to give them hope, to give them certain moments of happiness. And that's the inspiration for us. At least it is for me. I don't want to sound naive or romantic here, but it's the truth. In the end, what we do, it's important because there's many people following us, keeping their eyes on what we do. So that's where the importance and the relevance is coming. It's not because of any other thing. So dream about getting something big with this club. The impact that situation could mean for this amount of people. Is motivating us enough, at least myself, and that's one of the things that we try to make everybody around the team and the group of players to understand that we are representing something else than a football club.
So it's Champions League that for you. Next season, we saw in the previous campaign dropping off in the preliminary stage of the tournament. Would you say the one thing that wants you to even come back? I'm assuming that. I don't know anything about your contract, but maybe let's put that to bed. Is it coming to an end now in June? Are you staying with the Orlando Pirates?
I did sign 3 years contract when I came, so I'm still having a contract for the next season. That's the current situation.
Usually when it lapses into the final year, then you start to try and have a little bit of a chat about an extension. When does that begin for you?
I think it's still, we just finishing the second season. Yeah. I think we are happy to continue working together. That's important, that both sides are satisfied and happy and optimistic and motivated about the future. So right now I think we are in a good space, absolutely not in a hurry to start to think about a fourth or fifth season.
Let me take Solly. Thank you so much for your patience calling us in Krugersdorp. Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Marawa, and good evening to the coach.
Welcome.
Good evening.
Yes. Mr. Marawa, I just want to find out from the coach. The other question, you took it from me that I want to ask about the contract of the coach. That in fact it was going to be a request, at least to see the coach for the next 5 years. And then the second question, I just want to find out if maybe during the preseason this year, will the coach take maybe the Orlando Pirates again to overseas, and maybe so that they can have a preseason that side. And then my third one, coach, there's any chance that seeing one of the overseas player coming and play on Pirates next season? Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Marawa. Thanks for the good show.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Ali. Appreciate it, Coach.
Well, we had a fantastic experience 1 year ago in Spain during the preseason. I think we all finished really happy with the picture that we paint about our own team, about South African football, South African League. We have there the opportunity to play 3 really, really good training matches where we have the opportunity to measure our level, and I think that the performance was top. So why not? Club will tell us more in the upcoming days, and could be a great news if we have the opportunity to repeat that experience with the guys, because it's something that will stay with them forever. And
because I think you also need that level of competition. I mean, I saw, maybe I haven't noticed in previous stages, where Adidas International then posted on social media to congratulate you.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is a worldwide organization / company. And again, it shows that, you know, they belong to a group of winners. And when they see their brand lifting up trophies in the way that they do, surely then that puts you in a different space. It puts you in a space that a Jose Riveiro would want to be in and want his club to be in for the sake of the public. In the same way, Sundowns are now excited about going to the FIFA Club World Cup. I mean, those are all the little measures, I think, Coach, that Pirates can reach. And I think you've said it yourself, that it's a position that you believe you can reach. Part of those journeys come with special talents. We've spoken about Mofokeng. A lot of people talking about talent and now saying that, would you keep him into the next season? Are those negotiations happening right now? Because he fits in like it love, plays the man of the match game, and contributes so much more into that team. Tell us more about him.
Yes, it's been a fantastic news for the team.
Yeah.
In the second half of the season, like I mentioned before, he played a very important role, and to be honest, it was personally was a positive surprise to see how quick he managed to show his football in a difficult environment. It's not easy. It's a heavy jersey to go to the field and play with the personality that he did from the first game. We try to give him the proper confidence, the confidence that you need to make it possible. And the answer of the player couldn't be better, in my opinion. He managed to offer good performances, to be important in very important games. The last one is just one example, and from our side, hopefully he has the opportunity to continue with us the next season and many more.
Yonke le ndawo ebhaka liyaphumele, yonke le ndawo liyaphumele, yonke le ndawo ebhaka liyaphumele, lena le liyaphumele. Oh, happy people, I was a happy people, Mr. Marawa. Mapagani, imnyama lento, awu Pagani. Thank you, Mr. Marawa.
That's the excitement, Coach, that you brought to the fans. I heard you singing there. I'm sorry, I had the microphone off. I heard you joining in the singing. Would you want to?
I try, but that's a difficult one. Yeah?
Which one are you used to?
Yiyole. actually, my daughter loved that song, so I used to play at home.
So you had to learn it?
I have to.
You hear it every day, or every time you're at the stadium?
Yeah. That's one of the songs that they used to repeat again and again in the stadium from the speakers and also our fans themselves.
Oh man, I'm trying to find shorter voice notes here, but they all would need more than the time that we have. But hey, is that the one, Coach? Only magic can happen when the song is playing, isn't it? Hey?
Yeah.
Happiness. So which is your favorite part of the song? Hey, you want to join in now? Hey?
I'm so sad.
Coach is going under the table here, but he's saying, hey. And as you embark on a well-deserved holiday, Coach, I know there was 10,001 other questions that I wanted to ask and talk about football, but obviously time is against us, as it always is. What's your quick, simple message to the fans, to those that love the brand, to those that shown you love and have seen you live in your kitchen, cooking beautiful football?
I just want to take the opportunity to say thank you because the love and the support that we felt all together, and particularly myself, even in the difficult moments that we went through this season, was massive and very, very important for us to not stop trying, to not lose the hope. I said many times the amount of people that follow us this season to the stadiums, away and even at home, was something else. So next season we will come back with new motivation, stronger, and really, 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 ready to continue making them happy.
The happy people.
The happy people.
I wish you nothing but happiness, Coach. I'm so glad you'll be meeting up with family again. Have a safe trip tomorrow. Come back stronger, rejuvenated, bigger and better ideas. Let's keep that competition going with closing that gap on Mamelodi Sundowns. But you know what? Trophy King is Trophy King. Trophies we see in front of us are not our imagination. They are right here. So thanks to everybody that's been watching on the YouTube channel, specifically for all the comments, guys. Couldn't go through all of them, but we see them, we've read them. We appreciate you. We appreciate you on the social media platforms. I'm sure you know Zulu now, Coach. Hambagash.
Thank you so much.
Live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live at the same time.
#MSW.